Hello everybody, you are looking at my Carney wall display full of Hot Wheels car culture. It's my favorite line Hot Wheels has ever done, and as you can see, I have opened up the last 5 spots of the display. That means there is a new batch of car culture to fill it up, and we are going to fill it up today with the latest batch cargo carriers from Hot Wheels car culture. Now if you look down here as I put my camera down, you'll see, wait, there they are. And they're already open, and that is because I already opened them. But I was doing a beautiful video for you guys where I was opening these up. I will probably show the footage right now while I'm talking. I was going to open them up, then do the showcase, edit it all up, got it ready to show to all you guys, and realized for some strange reason there was no sound. And I tried to fix it, I tried to dub some sound over. It was terrible, so I just gave up, and I'm redoing it again. So you will have to bear with me. It's the models that you care about the most. I know the artwork is tremendous, and we'll try and get through it on these ripped cards. And I apologize to Julian Coils for screwing up his art and then not letting you see the cars in the card. So let's walk through these real quickly. Very first though, some of you had this question on this RLC car culture set from 2017 that I did my first preview on. I have another one coming up for these models. You can see them in the right there on that second row. The RLC set. I don't have a date. That's why I haven't shown the second preview. The first preview was just so you guys can know what to look for, especially if you are an RLC member. One thing that changes from the RLC video we did, or that preview video, is that it's going to be RLC only. It will not be available to those who are not members of the RLC. So if you haven't joined, there are still memberships available. Go get them. All right, let's go to car culture. I'm going to walk through this artwork. Cargo Carriers is obviously based on vans and wagons. There are 2 new models, essentially, maybe 1.5 if you want to go that way. Number 1 is the Volkswagen T1 Panel Bus, all ripped up here. But I want to focus on the artwork here, and then we'll get to the models. This is once again Julian Coils. He does all the artwork. It is tremendous. Everything is different. For every assortment, and in this case it's these cargo carriers in their element. There's a Volkswagen van traveling with beautiful Moon Eyes livery. Oh, I really am sorry guys that I screwed up this video, because it's hard to look at this with the big rip right through the middle. This is number 2 of 5, I believe, number 2 of 5, but it's ripped. This is the Ford Transit Supervan. The British Beauty now goes in Golf Deco. It's an iconic van, has a GT40 engine in it. It is a race car, racing van, if there ever was one. We'll get into the model itself. So that one is obviously on the racetrack, as Julian shows. You can see all the detail in the background with the audience and the racetrack. Another VW. The Moon Eyes van is one. Here is the Sunnigan. And that one's out in the meadow, maybe for Woodstock. Those look like tents in the background. We'll get to this model as well, sitting on the 4 spokes. Really cool looking wood paneling. Alright, this is one. I look at how badly I ripped the card, and this is the model of the set. In fact, if those of you who read lamleygroup.com, you will know that I've already proclaimed this my favorite model ever. Yeah, ever. From Hot Wheels. We'll get into it when we see the model. That is the 1969 Nissan Skyline Wagon, also the Nissan Skyline van, call it what you want. But there you go right here. I'm going to show you the back so you can see all of the models. Nissan C10 Skyline Wagon is what they're calling it. Ford Transit Supervan, Volkswagen T1 Panel Bus, Volkswagen Sunnigan, and the last one is the Honda Odyssey. Technically a new model because it's been modified. We've seen this in the main line, but this one is definitely modified. Lots of big changes. And they always dedicate the final models of the set to the new casting. So if this one's number 5 of 5, you definitely know Hot Wheels considers this a new casting, especially since they put the brand new Hakoska wagon as number 4 of 5. All right, should we get to this? Let's have a go at the models. This one is obviously driving through the city. That's where you see a Honda Odyssey, right? Pretty much. Maybe on the highway driving from town to town with the family in tow. but this one is a very cool one, and you'll see in a little bit. All right, that's Julian's artwork. I have done him a complete and utter disservice by ripping up the cards and screwing up the video, but let's get to it. Into the box we go! All right, everybody, first question you have, because I didn't answer it in that last segment, when are these coming out? Well, as early as next week. I know that some might have it next week or the week after that, but within the next 2 weeks, you should start seeing these show up in stores like Walmart, Target, hobby dealers, etc., etc., if you've ordered cases from hobby dealers. But you should have them soon. All right, number one is the Moon Eyes T1 Panel Van, Volkswagen T1 Panel Van. Released over and over again in car culture, or I'm sorry, in pop culture. This is only the third version I'll put in my collection. I have the Grateful Dead, I have the Illest version that was at a show last year, and now this one. Nice to see it getting a little more realistic treatment. Not that the pop culture isn't beautiful, but it's just not something I collect with all that kind of side graphics, kind of promoting old lines, or promoting, you know, old cartoons and things. Not my thing, but still love this one. Moon Eyes van, perfect Moon Eyes deco. My daughter wants it. She can't have it, but I'll find her one eventually in the store. Love the Moon Eyes van. These are vans and wagons, more all vans with one wagon. All right, this one, this may be the star of the show outside of the Skyline, but we'll get to that. This is the Ford Transit Supervan. Now, I think a lot of you know what the Supervan is. But for that, if you don't, I'm going to go ahead and show you this one. This is from the Hot Wheels Heritage line a couple years ago. That is where this casting debuted, and that is a purely stock version. That is exactly how the Supervan looked. It was done by Ford. They basically put a Ford GT40 engine in the back and made this thing super fast. You notice how it has kind of a reverse rake? The front sits higher than the back. That's how the actual van looked. There's a great video on YouTube that shows footage of this van. Just look up Ford Supervan, Ford Transit Supervan. You'll see it. So fun to watch. Gets you really into the mood. Really for getting into just cool old cars. And this one, if you watch that video and you don't have this Heritage model, you're going to go out and get it. I promise you. That's what it does. Really cool version, but that's what I want to show you. That's how the van used to be, or that's how the van was. Now, taking it into a little bit of a fantasy world and putting it in Golf livery, it is perfect considering Ford GT40 engine. The Ford GT40 is best known in its Golf clothing. And here you go with the Supervan sporting said Golf clothing. This thing is a superstar. Love, love, love this model. Love the 4 spokes on it. Love the trim. Love the deco. Look at this full. This is the new car culture, so it's full deco, front, top, back, sides. Everything is there. I think there will be 3 in each case of that model, so you definitely want to grab that one. What's next? Volkswagen Sunnigan, wood paneled. This model's been around forever and ever and ever. I think it was recently modified for one of the premium lines. I'm just going to show you that you can lift the roof on that one. So they brought that one back for Hot Ones or Flying Customs or something like that. Here we go. And then we saw it as a Magnum PI in Hot Wheels Entertainment. Now, car culture, very appropriately sporting wood paneling. Love the 4 spokes. And in the cargo carriers line. Pretty cool van for sure. I'd show you an older version, but I don't have one. All right, I am skipping number 4, going to number 5. We'll get to number 4 in just a second, but number 4 is just off the charts, best thing ever. So I'll get to that, promise. This is the new Honda Odyssey. Now, I said it's number 5 of 5. It's a new model. You might say, yeah, but we've seen the Honda Odyssey in several lines, right? We've already seen it in the basic range. Well, this one is different. I'm going to move this one to the side, and I'm going to add the basic Honda Odyssey, and you can start seeing the differences. First, look at the back. It's all solid. On the car culture version, you see that red plastic piece on the basic version. Same thing on the front. You see 3 different pieces, actually 4. Base, red piece, grille, and then the metal body. And obviously on the car culture, it is different. It is actually solid. Now, 2 reasons for this. One is they want to do the Honda Odyssey in the basic range as kind of an homage to Honda Racing. kind of a souped up modified Odyssey. But in this car culture line, they wanted to, well, that was first reason. The second reason is I don't think they could make the Honda Odyssey with the amount of metal they could use. It would be too expensive to produce, and they wouldn't be a basic range model. So, now take a look at the roof. They went ahead and made a premium version for car culture. And you can see that the roof on this one is full metal with a roof rack. A roof rack and roof carrier, like a Tolly roof carrier on the top. Why did they do that? Well, first off, let's take this racing version away. Let's look at this mostly stock, at least as far as you can tell, Honda Odyssey. You'll notice there's a little sticker on the front window. Looks pretty stock from the side. But look at that rear window. It says Bisimoto on it. Bisimoto is known for basically taking really cool cars and making them even cooler and faster. It is an auto performance company. And we've seen Bisimoto on the Honda Civic this year. But one of the things that the Bisimoto folks do when they go to car shows is bring this tremendous Honda Odyssey. It's got a ridiculous amount of horsepower in it. It's a total souped-up Honda Odyssey. And that is what this one is based on. Same color. Wheels are similar, closest to what Hot Wheels could do. So this is a kind of stock. Cut away there for a second. Kind of stock, but not really. But you can see this Honda Odyssey being used in other lines, definitely in the future. All right. All of that is in preparation for this. This is the Nissan C10 Skyline Wagon. This thing, well, if you read my, maybe I'll leave a link down below. If you read my showcase on this model that I posted last week on lamleygroup.com, you will know that I am head over heels in love with this casting. First off, it's so cool to have a Skyline wagon. It just is next level for Hot Wheels. Next thing, I just love how it's been executed. It sits low. It's slammed as slammed can be. Tiny four-spoke wheels on it. We've seen these on the other Japan Historic models from the last batch. And it's all in the detail. How is that? Can I show that? By doing this. Take this superstar model from Hot Wheels that has been on everybody's want list, the Boulevard Datsun 510 wagon, and just look at the Hakosuka wagon and look how much it makes the old 510 wagon look blobbish, soft, not that detailed at all. This C10 wagon is a favorite. I used to say the Ken Mary was my favorite. I am now saying this one is my favorite, and I can't wait to see all the future versions of it. I will hopefully pick up a few more of these because I am in love with this casting. I'll love to see what people do with it when they find it, but this is a superstar Hot Wheels model. I'll go ahead and take away the 510 wagon. Still like the 510 wagon, but I love this thing. All right, there you go. That is Cargo Carriers due in the next week or so. Definitely by mid-March, you should see it everywhere. It's the next batch of Car Cultures. Thanks to Mattel for letting me show it. Sorry that I screwed up the last video and didn't show you the opening part of it, but you'll be all fine when you find it. All right, guys. Got more tomorrow. Bye.